Well, I'll say Ninou was very impactful yesterday. Turns out she's playing for everybody today, even Oxxgen. That's an interesting turn of events. No one would have seen that one coming. Look at that back up in a moment.
Of course it's the classic. Of course it's the right click.
Oh, yes.
What else are we gonna
connecting the
have here,
headshots, you can't be surprised about that. But the thing is here, Proxima gonna get a heal up as well as Gia comes in to rotate. That's gonna be a full health Oxxgen, two-man advantage playing their way, and now even further as Nelo falls. And this should be pretty much locked down at this point. Don't see any way back in for TENSTAR. Nice clean start for Oxxgen.
Took you guys through the round. Oxxgen just being a little bit aggressive here onto kaquka, probably knowing that Kla is going to be guarding that spot, and they're gonna actually find the kill onto her. But he's only going to be Ness guarding with a Spectre from Heaven onto A. So it's gonna take a little while. The plant is probably gonna come through pretty easily. Not much utility to guard it. And it's down. Retake now for Oxxgen. Gathering that first information. And I'm extremely sorry that you have to listen to my play-by-play because it's nothing compared to MitchMan's. Oh, that shot that probably was not supposed to go there. Trying to clear onto Lamps.
Take flight.
All the utility preventing also Oxxgen from pushing in. And actually, Gia's gonna find another one. This is the second one for her in this round. You're finding the kills.
Enemy remaining.
How did this happen? Okay, we gotta give it to Oxxgen. That retake was completely on point. Just maximizing the force, using all that utility, just going for the kills, going for the frags, especially on that close quarter with those Spectres. They're gonna be able to upgrade Vandal, Phantom for them, and that's the third they're trying to go for.
They almost got the opening kill as well. rainssa got lit down to 40 HP, healed back up by the Sky. It's gonna burn up a lot of their heals, and they use the flash to reinitiate, and Proxima almost gets away with the double. Really nice attempt, but because she doesn't take down LiriLia, the res comes through. One player advantage now swinging TENSTAR's way, and they've got to rely on something big coming out of Gia, or maybe Ness. She's on the flank, but she's now being spotted by the Seekers. Position given away. Element of surprise no longer in their favor, but Gia does really well to get that pick. She has the res, but no one's really in a safe position to get back alive.
Yeah, and especially with those smokes guarding Heaven, it's going to be a tough one, but Gia's putting such a great performance. She's gonna find LiriLia as well, and now it's just Sliicyy trying to defend this spike.
Oh, that timing for Sliicyy catching Gia, dropping down, and now the spike planted open for either spawn or Heaven. Ness is holding the spawn peak and perfectly catches Sliicyy off guard. The defuse going Oxygen's way, and despite another close round, the same lurk out of Nelo. We've seen this before.
Yeah.
Last time it was used to TP and move towards the A site. This time it's used to catch Ness completely off guard. The rifle isn't retrieved. The site is now theirs.
Yeah, but she doesn't have everything, and obviously Oxygen's coming in with the rotation, but it's not going to be enough. The weight and pace its price, and the plant is going to go down. Take care of TENSTAR because you've been here before. Thank you very much, Nelo, for using that ultimate and securing even more this round, because it could be the first one, and they definitely need it. There's 3 ultimates. That's going to be the first one coming in from Oxxgen. Those Seekers spotting everyone playing on that toxic. I'm scared, Mitch.
Oh, it's going to be a deep flash going around. Res now deployed. Oxygen trying to mount their way back into this. Good job, TENSTAR have that Viper's Pit in play. Just fighting back into it's going to be impossible, but they can't even get near it. Headshots delivered by Sheriffs all around to leave Proxima all by herself. And all this round is looking like it might just be reaching its conclusion. The spike about to explode, and Proxima falling before that even happens. The first round for TENSTAR finally secured.
Gonna go for that. Never mind, that's a Hunter's Fury. Then that no thing is gonna be close.
Well, that's a very early fight. Ninou ready to pop down the orbital strike and do some damage, forcing the players into the left corner. The Molly's going to follow up afterwards, but lots of utility used up by them just to buy that extra little bit of space to fade on back. Orbital strike and Molly used. No reward for it, and Oxygen still have the advantage, and it extends even further in their favor with that beautiful flank. The spike dropped, and oh, it seems like whatever they discussed in that pause has certainly been worthwhile.
I love how they're moving around the map. Like, look at what Sliicyy is right now. Are they gonna expect her here? Because she could be anywhere. And probably is going to have the timing on rainssa, but I love what we're seeing from Oxygen. This is not even adaptation. It's like you're playing their game and just binding the bind as they want to.
Absolutely, yeah, they're not playing their opponent's game on this. Oxygen are coming up with their own solutions, and TENSTAR, well, they might get an extra kill here for Nelo. But other than that, I think the round might be done. 33 seconds left, 2 players in towards the spawn, and So many angles for Nelo to check.
Yeah.
That is 6 on the board for Oxxgen. An immediate bounce back and more pressure applied to TENSTAR. For now, it seems to be a much slower approach from TENSTAR, conscious of the early aggression that Oxxgen put out on A site last time. Oh, and catching Ness on a nasty angle. That's supposed to be a one-way for her, but Nelo took full advantage of it.
And if TENSTAR gets this round, again, it's going to be with an opening from Nelo. Now, are they going to explode onto B? Because judging by the position and then also the rotation that we're seeing, this is probably going to be the case. Ninou should put those smokes down soon, and Clash should just like explode with the showstopper, as we were mentioning, to just grant that security.
Yeah, sometimes you wouldn't use it when you're a player up, but the reality is they have struggled to close out these rounds. It is worth committing it to. And over in the corner, a player's being spotted. Somehow, Glass still alive on the backside after running through a molly, and they'll clean that one up. Losing a couple of players along the way, though. The heal on Nelo will bring her back to full, and Gia's going to have a tough clutch to make happen in this 1v2.
Yeah, but she's been the one with the clutches for Oxxgen on this game. She can make it happen. That Cosmic Divide that is going to go down. Spike is going to be exposed. She doesn't have the information. I mean, they cannot be elbow for that she cares, but still a lot of corners to check, and the timer is running down.
It absolutely is, but she's found Nelo in the corner. And LiriLia, because it's not a Viper, you're not even worried about post-plan setups. This defuse can be possibly stuck at least halfway, and there's the peek after Gia with a damn good attempt. But LiriLia will catch her. A second round for TENSTAR required, and they'll push on further, try to close in this gap and recover. Player B hold, as all this pressure, ultimates and everything being applied onto A. If TENSTAR pick up the pace, they've got a very easy side take with now just one player left towards the back. Gia's being spotted, naded, ulted. She's trying to run out of there, and somehow has made it out of all that utility. Explain that one.
Yeah, and now it's just a 4v5. The spike has gone down, but still the possibility is pretty much there. Those Seekers are not gonna find much. But all the utility coming in, and Nelo's gonna find the first one.
This is solid. Proxima coming in through Lamps, catching off Kla, allowing the rest to come back on through. And TENSTAR now starting to tumble backwards. The snowball well and truly in favor of Oxxgen as LiriLia falls. Ninou might be a final hope. Coming in through Lamps, the lurk is great. The kills are there. And Ninou is absolutely saving the round with rainssa left to try and defuse, but time is not her friend. And Ninou is spotted. She's not on it. She knows that the time is there for her. And even though she dies, the round is won. An excellent lurk play by Ninou to give a very important round to TENSTAR.
I was actually
think about backing off and moving elsewhere on the map.
They do have the utility to force her out, but there's nothing that can stop Gia. Maybe Sliicyy on this round, but her performance on this half has been amazing. Are they going to commit to this?
Why is Viper glowing red? That's my question. Nelo is on fire right now. There we go.
That's it.
And the walkthrough, the nade clearing the corner already for them. The Seekers making sure there's no one inside the ult, but they're all so low as they come around this corner. That snakebite's more than enough, and Ness is able to get the double out of it as well. Down goes Sliicyy, leaving Kla alone, and she will fall too. 8 rounds on the board for Oxxgen at the half. What a phenomenal performance. Aiming to get it to. It didn't confirm there's players there, which has allowed Gia to just walk right up behind them and catch an easy double. That's a disaster. One misplaced piece of utility, and the round goes awry.
And B is now open. The spike is going to rotate over there. The Classic obviously giving us the shots, but it's Kla going to be finding Ritha here. The wall is going to be put up, knowing that nothing is going to be coming from the defender spawn. They're going to have to break it. And it's still a 3v3 situation. Kla is only 40 HP, so anything can happen.
Oh yeah, it can still swing either way. That is for damn sure. The attackers, interestingly, taking control over elbow quite aggressively. Proxima is going to be able to catch off Nelo, swinging around the corner. As we said, yeah, Oxygen's aggression has been fun to watch, and right here, they're getting a reward for it, Kla. Oh, watch where you're walking, Kla. Down to 4 HP from the snake bite. Ninou's going to have to be the one defusing that as Kla attempts a distraction, and down goes the snake bite. Great utility out of Ness in this round, and 9-4 because of it. Oxxgen winning. Screen down. Ness has snuck up past the toxin screen. Now gonna look to catch the Viper off guard, but Nelo is on point, taking the first. The nade slows down the bat play. The wall up is gonna work. It's gonna buy them the space to get this plant in. But Gia, a little bit worried about the cover that's there from her teammates, isn't actually sticking it just yet. Eventually it'll go down. With the man advantage swinging towards TENSTAR on this force buy, they are looking fantastic and catching Oxxgen completely off guard with these upgraded weapons. Oh, but the kills are starting to go back towards the attackers. All of a sudden, rainssa is in a 1v2, and this is pretty winnable. I was sort of guessing this round was over, but now the Spectre is going to have it all to do, but sadly, nothing will happen, and it is going to be another round going over towards TENSTAR. Great recovery after losing the pistol. This force buy was incredibly risky. It's a utility thrown out by Oxxgen that doesn't seem to have a lot of intention behind it. Now they're getting to the site. Great flash blinds Nelo, but unfortunately Kla isn't blind at all, and that showstopper not landing. But here's a fight up close, and the spike drop nade about to follow on through, and that could be the trade with the nade. No, in fact, Kla is too quick with the headshot, leaving Proxima all by herself yet again. 1 versus 4. And a flank coming through to close out the round. Ninou alongside Sliicyy spotted her. She is just about to be boxed in. There's no way out.
I love how they wait for the safe, being like, we're gonna see exactly where she is and someone is gonna shoot her from the back. I loved it. And Oxxgen, gonna find a little bit of information. They know that CT's not entirely safe. They still don't have everything they need.
Yeah, they're using the utility to push these players back, and they're all now trapped in elbow, completely pincered from both sides. The spawn players coming through leaves Nelo and Ninou to completely ruin these blindsided Oxxgen players. That was so smart by TENSTAR.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same, right? You're popping the Seekers, but you can't really follow it up. But that comes from a very... the TENSTAR's defense has looked almost insurmountable for Oxxgen up until now. Let's see if they can make it work, as they've actually gotten a completely free B site utility. All that they had to pay to get in there and plant it. And they've even crossed back safely. Okay, I was waiting for that.
I was waiting for the overkill strike. But they always want to play it. I mean, no. But if Clan and LiriLia are going to be pushing from the back end, they said that you don't want to use it just yet. There.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Do they check their right as they come around? Oh, in fact, there's no players there, and now they've been spotted. That's a pincer. Ritha just deals with them herself anyways. Orbital strike down. It's going to take a couple of seconds off the clock, but with Hunter's Fury, they've got plenty to deny this. Big peek out of Sliicyy to bring it into a 1v2, but there's just too many players to deal with. And I'll deal with these players.
We see them also gathering the information on B. They're not going to find anything, and the subs are going to come in, and with the Cosmic Divide, the rotations are going to come in. Obviously, Oxxgen just taking all this space.
I like
and the plan should be free.
Yep, post-plant setup as well. You saw that Poison Orb dropped at the feet of the planter. They've got a wall to stop anybody walking through. That's pretty much perfect in terms of the early round. We said the problem for Oxxgen has been getting that spike on the floor, and it is not a problem this time. So now they just need to run the clock down, and it's going to start with a Viper setup. Poison Orb to activate, Snakebite to land, and Chia to just peek right out there and take the kill, but Nelo is inside the smoke. Managed to pull it back a little bit. rainssa flanking around the side, buying a little bit more space, a little bit more time as the Snakebites run out. But they still managed to find a kill. The last one as it's on its way down. Catches off Nelo, and Ninou falls as well. 12-10. Oxxgen, 2 rounds in a row now. They've walked onto a site without a fight.
Yeah. And 2 rounds in a row where they decide to pull, as you were saying, full post plan. Even
we're going to see some classic play out of Proxima.
Yes.
Yes, the classic, so it's all okay. Oh, there's the spike planted already. Nelo going to try to walk around and catch someone off guard in towards Bath, but hey, there's no one here. They've backed off again to just play these hard post plants. I don't know how they're doing this. The 3rd time in a row without any damage being done. Oxxgen have got a plan, but they've lost rainssa. Ritha, quick to return one. Nade up close. Kla doesn't expect the walk through. Ritha's an absolute madwoman. And so LiriLia is left alone. And sure, she'll stop the Viper post plant, but she has to stop the rest of the team. And that is that was a headshot. That was a pretty tough task. 30